is starting now. Please take a look at the screen.
It's an ordinary day, yet full of new changes. Because in Uzbekistan, progress enters every home. Not with empty slogans, but with one device and press of a single button. Today, people do not serve the state serves the people. Education is no longer just about gaining knowledge, it's about building the future. In Uzbekistan, opportunities to learn foreign languages and programming are limitless. Today, the Uzbek spirit moves freely across limitless horizons. Thousands of our compatriots are running their businesses from different corners of the world. Behind them stand advanced knowledge and precise algorithms flowing directly from Tashkent. Digital inclusion ensures that no matter where you live, a remote village or a major city, every person has equal access and opportunity. The new Uzbekistan is unlike the old. It is paving its own digital path. Centuries ago, some of the most powerful terms in mathematics and computer science, algorithm and algebra were born right here. This priceless legacy lived on in the minds of gifted generations by shaping the future. We strive to create every opportunity for them to gain knowledge, develop innovations, and build a digital future. You no longer have to search for help. The system finds you, because this system was built not just to listen, but to understand every person. We've chosen our path, and we are not walking it alone. The United Nations is our ally and partner. The core principle is clear. Public service exists for the people. Together with the world, we are building this system. Uzbekistan is a country inspired by its great ancestors, now boldly envisioning and building its future.
Assalamu alaikum, distinguished guests, dear forum participants, ladies and gentlemen. It's our great privilege and honor to greet you in the hospitable city of Samarkand, the historic heart of Uzbekistan. Welcome to the United Nations Public Service Forum 2025. For the first time in its history, Uzbekistan proudly hosts one of the world's most prominent events in the field of public administration. This year, it brings together over 2,000 distinguished guests from all around the world. The primary objective of the forum is to strengthen the institutional, human, and technological capacities of public sector institutions. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of Uzbekistan, His Excellency Shavkat Mirziyoyev, has sent the address to the participants of the UN Public Service Forum. To deliver the address, we kindly invite the advisor to the President of the Republic of Uzbekistan, Ms. Saida Mirziyoyeva. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Saida Mirziyoyeva to our stage.
To the participants of the United Nations Public Service Forum, dear forum participants, distinguished guests, let me begin by sincerely congratulating on the opening of the United Nations Public Service Forum, being held for the first time in the Central Asian region. I would also like to express my special gratitude to His Excellency Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations, for supporting our initiative to host this important gathering in Samarkand, a city at the crossroads of world civilizations. On this note, let me warmly congratulate you all on Public Service Day, marked on June 23rd, a day celebrated around the world at the initiative of the United Nations. We are all aware that the world today is facing unprecedented global challenges, growing political tensions that hinder sustainable development, climate change, resource shortages, both natural and human, and the increasing threat of cyber risks. That's why this forum, held under the theme 5 years until 2030, accelerating public service delivery for a sustainable future, is so timely and relevant. It offers a valuable platform to improve public administration systems, enhance the performance and professionalism of public servants, and strengthen international collaboration, so essential for progress and sustainable development. The strong participation of the United Nations, leading global institutions, and around 400 delegates from across the world reflects the growing importance of this event. Dear forum participants, in today's interconnected world, sharing experiences and innovative practices in digital transformation has become more important than ever. This means finding smarter ways to deliver public services, making government institutions more efficient, nurturing modern leadership, ensuring ongoing training, and identifying the skills future leaders will need. New Uzbekistan is actively opening up to the world and implementing rapid, people-centered reforms, drawing on global best practices. We see ourselves as a part of the global movement to reimagine and strengthen public service. In recent years, Uzbekistan has launched systematic reforms to build a truly inclusive public service. A key milestone has been the development of a new public service law in partnership with international experts. To bring reforms closer to people's lives, we introduced the Mahallabay system, expanded targeted social support, and increased the share of women in public administration to 35%, a leading figure in our region. Over 700 public services are now available online through a one-stop single window system. Our full-scale digitalization of public services has already shown real results. In past year, Uzbekistan climbed 24 places in the UN Global e-Government ranking and 17 spots in the International AI Readiness Index. To ensure we attract and retain talented professionals, we have established a training cluster for building a skilled and modern civil service. We're also introducing endowment mechanisms to strengthen institutions and invest in human capital, drawing on global experience. In this regard, we invite you to support our initiatives, such as creating a global knowledge center for digital transformation in public service and launching an international school for young leaders right here in Uzbekistan. These initiatives will create meaningful opportunities for dialogue between governments, innovators, and development partners, help train the next generation of civil servants, promote digital tools in governance and daily life, and drive innovation across the public sector. I am confident that these efforts will be reflected in the Samarkand Declaration, which we hope will serve as a practical roadmap for advancing inclusive, sustainable, and people-centered public service around the world. Let me close by wishing you strength, energy, and success in this important work and inspiring discussions throughout the forum. Shavkat Mirziyoyev, President of the Republic of Uzbekistan.
We express our gratitude to the advisor to the President of the Republic of Uzbekistan, Ms. Saida Mirziyoyeva. And now, we are honored to give the floor to Mr. Navid Hanif, Assistant Secretary General for Economic Development, UN Department of Economic and Social Affairs, to deliver his keynote remarks.
Good morning. Assalamu alaikum. Excellency Ms. Saida Mirziyoyeva, Advisor to the President of the Republic of Uzbekistan, Honorable Ministers, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, let me also join the advisor, but on behalf of the UN Department of Economic and Social Affairs, to welcome you to this year's United Nations Public Sector Forum. I also want to wish all of you happy Public Service Day today. And I have brought a message from the UN Secretary General for this day, for this forum as well. And let me read that message to you before I come to my own remarks. The message begins, public servants are the unsung architects of a better future. Without fanfare and often at great personal sacrifice, they safeguard communities, deliver life-saving aid, educate children, provide health care, advance justice, drive sustainable development, and so much more. A capable public sector depends on dedicated, skilled public servants, who in turn are crucial to building trust in institutions and promoting good governance. At a time when public service is belittled or maligned, it is especially meaningful to recognize the passion and dedication of all women and men around the world, striving to build stronger communities, promote human dignity, and accelerate action to realize the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Public servants work for us every day. On this important day, let's take time out to celebrate and honor them. This ends the Secretary General's message, but I also want to flag here that this year we are celebrating 80 years of United Nations, and we're expecting leaders from all over the world to come to New York in September. And we hope to see His Excellency President Shavkat Mirziyoyev also joining those leaders. Excellencies, ministers, colleagues, and friends, it's an honor to open this forum and join you in celebrating the dedication of public servants from all over the world. Your commitment to public service is the backbone of effective governance and the engine driving sustainable development. Let me also thank the government of the Republic of Uzbekistan for graciously hosting this forum in the wonderful city of Samarkand. Excellencies, the choice of Samarkand as the host city is both fitting and inspiring. We grew up reading about Samarkand, Bukhara, and Khwarizm. Their contribution to knowledge, to logic, to philosophy, to innovation are world-renowned. And Samarkand's rich history as a hub of innovation and intercultural exchange reminds us that progress thrives when ideas, cultures, and technologies intersect. We meet today at a defining moment. As the 2030 Agenda enters its final stretch, one thing is abundantly clear: we need to move faster. Despite the promise of the SDGs, the reality remains sobering. We are falling behind. For ministers like you, custodians of public services, e-government, and digital public infrastructure, the responsibility is immense, but so is the opportunity. You are building the pipelines through which services, dignity, and hope flow. Why does this matter? Excellencies, we usually tend to forget that 75% of the SDG targets require effective public service delivery, because trust in governments depends and not only on what we promise, but on how and how fast we deliver. So how do we move fast and faster and together? I would like to focus on 4 key messages. Digital technologies are not just tools of efficiency. They are levers of equity, trust, and transformation. So my first message is build digital public infrastructure as a public good. Countries like Estonia, Georgia, Rwanda, and our host country, Uzbekistan, are showing how foundational digital layers, ID payments, data exchange can transform access to health, education, and social protection. In Georgia, the Public Service Hall offers up to 500 public and private services in one space, with 120 branches operating throughout the country. According to a recent customer satisfaction survey, 91% of the population positively evaluates the work of the Public Service Hall and accessibility services. We must invest in open, secure, interoperable systems that governments own and people trust. Excellencies, my second message is connect the unconnected. Leave no one behind. Digital transformation without connectivity is exclusion by another name. Today, only 27% of people in the least developed countries have access to the internet. Women, rural communities, and persons with disabilities are still the least served. Let us ensure connectivity becomes a basic right, not a privilege. Let us make digital literacy as important as traditional literacy. Third, design for the front line, not the file room. Digital systems work where the need is greatest, in the hands of nurses, teachers, case workers, and municipal leaders. That means user-centered design, offline capabilities, real-time feedback, and systems that are responsive to communities, not just compliant with regulations. Finally, finance smart, procure open. Digital transformation must be budgeted not as a one-off investment, but as a core part of public infrastructure. Public procurement should favor open standards, ethical AI, and solutions built for public value, not vendor lock-in. And development partners must align their country's support with country-led strategies and architecture. Excellencies, you are not just ministers of public administration or technology. You are ministers of access, equity, and efficiency. Digital transformation is no longer a luxury of innovation. It is the foundation of inclusion. The future of public service delivery depends on your leadership, on whether a child in a remote village can attend school and be given the same opportunities as his peers living in the capital city, on whether an elderly woman can access her pension without paying a bribe, on whether a farmer can receive weather alerts in her local language on time, every time. Excellencies, the SDGs will not be delivered in conference rooms. They will be delivered or denied at the point where technology meets people's lives. So let us act boldly, inclusively, and together. Let us build systems that deliver not only services, but trust, not only efficiency, but dignity, not only connectivity, but community. The clock is ticking, but with the right foundations, we can still accelerate towards the future where public services are not just promised, but delivered to all. I wish you a very successful fall. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Navid Hanif, for your insightful and inspiring speech. And now, please join us in giving a warm welcome to Mr. Fadillah Yusuf, Deputy Prime Minister of Malaysia.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, which means peace be upon you and very good morning to all. The First Assistant to the President of the Republic of Uzbek, Excellency Saida Mirziyoyeva, I hope I pronounce it well. The UN Deputy Secretary General, His Excellency Labi Jahkato, Minister of Digital Technologies of the Republic of Uzbekistan, His Excellency Zizov Samarkand, Assistant Secretary General of Economic Development, UN DESA, Mr. Navid Hanif, Advisor to the President, Gofur John, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor for me to join you here today in the historic city of Samarkand for the 2025 United Nations Public Service Forum. On behalf of Malaysia, I wish to extend our sincere appreciation to the United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs and the government of Uzbekistan for organizing this important forum and for your gracious hospitality. Before I proceed, allow me to congratulate Uzbekistan on their outstanding achievement in qualifying for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Congratulations. It was truly inspiring to learn that His Excellency, the President of Uzbekistan, personally attended the last match. This is a testament to the unity, pride, and leadership that sport can bring to a nation. This spirit resonates deeply with the values we uphold in public service. Malaysia is especially humbled to be given the opportunity to deliver this keynote address. We accept this honor not only as recognition of our ongoing reform journey, but as a reaffirmation of our collective commitment to building public institutions that are values-driven, future-ready, and accountable to the people we serve. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Malaysia's national transformation is anchored in the Malaysia Madani framework introduced by our Honorable Prime Minister, Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim. Madani is not merely a national slogan. It is a call to governance rooted in the sustainability, prosperity, innovation, respect, trust, and compassion. It defines not only what we aspire to deliver, but how we deliver, with dignity, inclusiveness, and a deep sense of responsibility. Guided by this vision, Malaysia has launched a bold agenda, Reformasi Perkhidmatan Awam, as we call it, or translated to be Public Service Reform Agenda, which centers on institutional integrity, performance excellence, and public accountability. At the heart of this effort lies the landmark legislative framework, Akta Iltizam, or Government Service Efficiency Commitment Act, which enshrines integrity, leadership, transparency, and accountability as the foundations of our civil service. This is not symbolic, it is structural. It is a commitment to embed trust into the structure of our governance. Malaysia continues to strengthen its public sector to meet the evolving needs of our people while contributing meaningfully to the Sustainable Development Goal under the 10th Malaysia Plan, running from 2011 to 2015. We achieved major strides in digitalizing public service delivery. Over 10,000 government services, accounting for 77%, were made available online, greatly enhancing access and convenience to citizens. We reduced licensing burdens at both federal and local levels by nearly 60% and saved over 9 billion ringgit through value management efforts and the abolition of more than 38,000 redundant positions, underscoring our commitment to prudent governance and efficient service delivery. The welfare and professionalism of our civil servants remain a priority. Our newly introduced public service remuneration system, effective December 2024, reflects this focus. It embeds performance-based rewards, phased salary adjustments, and clear career pathways aligned with the Madani vision to foster a just, inclusive, and high-performing society. One of the key pillars of our transformation is the adoption of HEMAT, or Hemat values, which is in Bahasa Malaysia, H stands for Hijrah Tata Kelola, or translation to governance of migration, E for empathy rakyat, empathy for the people, M for Minda Pekin, innovative mindset, A for appreciation innovasi, or appreciation for innovation, and T for Telus Takbiran, transparent administration. Introduced by the Director General of Public Service, Hemat encapsulates the spirit of responsible leadership and a renewed commitment to quality service delivery. Complementing this, the Chief Secretary to the government has launched a comprehensive public service reform agenda focused on value-based governance, human capital development, organizational strengthening, service delivery, and public-private sector collaboration. These reforms are supported by the AI strategy, the associated and integrated strategy which ensures technology and data are embedded in government and transformations. A core feature of this reform is the regular review and removal of at least 25% of outdated regulations every 3 years. Approval timelines have been shortened from months to days. Integrity units have been expanded by 35%, and a more transparent and fair performance evaluation framework has been introduced. Collectively, these reforms reflect our intent to build a civil service that is agile, empathetic, innovative, and accountable. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, structural reform must be accompanied by system transformation. In this regard, digitalization has become both the enabler and accelerator of change. Guided by the My Digital Blueprint and the Public Sector Digitalization Strategic Plan, Malaysia has digitized over 500 government services and streamlined access to secure platforms such as My Digital ID. Real-time dashboards, cloud-first strategies, and predictive service delivery powered by AI are transforming how we govern. However, we are all aware that the technology is not neutral. It must reflect the values of the society it serves. Our National Artificial Intelligence Technology Action Plan, currently being finalized, sets a clear governance framework to ensure AI serves not only efficiency, but also ethics, equity, and public interest. The plan focuses on key sectors such as education, healthcare, energy, and agriculture, while building Malaysia's AI talent pipeline within the public sector and among youth. Malaysia's commitment to a sustainable future is further demonstrated through the establishment of the Ministry of Energy Transition and Water Transformation, or PETRA. This reflects the government's strategic decision to align critical public utilities with climate action, technological innovation, and inclusive development. PETRA is tasked with transforming our energy and water governance models. It is leading efforts to future-proof for electricity, grid, promote renewable energy adoption, particularly solar and hydropower, to enhance energy efficiency and modernize water resource management. It also seeks to ensure that infrastructure planning integrates sustainability and equitable access at its core. In doing so, PETRA embodies the Madani spirit where governance reform is not just about operational efficiency, but about environmental stewardship, intergenerational fairness, and long-term resilience. As ASEAN Chair in 2025, Malaysia is also committed to advancing this spirit of reform and innovation at the regional level. We are championing efforts to strengthen cross-border digital trust, improve public service interoperability, develop regional AI governance frameworks, and enhance cybersecurity resilience. We firmly believe that ASEAN's future lies in our collective ability to scale good governance and build meaningful digital cooperation across borders. As we approach 2030, Malaysia remains firmly committed to building a high-performing, inclusive, and resilient public service. We are accelerating the integration of AI in public systems, such as the human resource management information systems, investing in strategic sectors, including energy transition, climate resilience, cybersecurity, and strengthening institutional capacity for disaster and crisis response. These efforts reflect our broadest vision of a future-ready public service that is agile, people-centered, and aligned with both national aspiration and global priorities. So in closing, Malaysia sees this United Nations Public Service Forum as a vital platform, not only to share best practices, but to collectively reimagine public service in a time of transformation. We are especially inspired by Uzbekistan Mahala 7 model, which brings governance closer to communities reminding us that people must remain at the heart of every reform. Public service in the 21st century must not be a static bureaucracy. It must be dynamic, ethical in form, digital in function, and compassionate in spirit. The true success of digital transformation is not measured by algorithms of systems, but by the lives it improves, the trust it rebuilds, and the dignity it protects. On behalf of Malaysia, I thank you once again for this opportunity. We stand ready to collaborate across regions and sectors to build a public service that is resilient, inclusive, and truly in service of humanity. So let us continue to foster international partnerships, embrace innovation, and uphold the values of transparency, empathy, and inclusivity. Together we can shape the future where public service is not only a vocation, but a force for sustainable global progress. So thank you. Wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. Fazlullah bin Yusuf. We sincerely appreciate your engaging speech and the inspiring way you opened the forum. And now, we are pleased to introduce the Minister of Digital Technologies of the Republic of Uzbekistan, Mr. Sherzod Shermatov, who is going to deliver the opening remarks and announce the Ministerial Declaration.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, dear excellencies, guests, honorable ministers, and heads of delegations, distinguished representatives of the United Nations, international organizations, private sector, and the civil society. I warmly welcome you to a place where East meets West, where tradition blends with innovation, and where history meets the future. Dear friends, why is this especially important now? We stand at a pivotal moment. Only 5 years remain until 2030. At the same time, this year marks 80th anniversary of the United Nations, an institution created for peace, progress, and solidarity. This is not merely a milestone, it's a moment for rethinking the role of states in a world that is rapidly digitalizing. Welcome to Samarkand. It's a great honor for us to host, for the first time in our nation's history, the UN Public Service Forum, one of the most prestigious international events in the field of public administration. This recognition reflects not only the UN's and the global community's deep trust in Uzbekistan, but also the results of the profound, decisive, and rapid reforms initiated under the leadership of His Excellency President Shavkat Mirziyoyev. Let me share a simple fact. In just 5 years, we have covered a distance that took some other countries decades to achieve. Uzbekistan entered for the first time the group of countries with a very high level of e-government development, having climbed 24 places in just 2 UN assessment cycles. In the GovTech Maturity Index, we surged 37 positions to become the 43rd globally. We have risen by 17 positions in the International AI Readiness Index. These are not just the numbers, they are testament to transformation. They reflect the real, tangible changes happening in every region, in every neighborhood, and in the lives of every citizen of our country. Dear forum participants, the theme of this forum, 5 years to 2030, accelerating public service delivery for a sustainable future, is both a challenge and a call to action. We fully embrace this challenge. We believe in the power of digital transformation and innovation. And we are not just believers, we are doers. Today in Uzbekistan, 208 public service centers are operational. Over 760 types of online services are provided through the Unified Public Services Portal. More than 11 million citizens actively use digital services. Each day, the digital government platform, which integrates over 200 governmental information systems, receives over 12 million requests. We are actively implementing artificial intelligence in the public sector, assisting in legal analysis, tax calculations, and responding to public service requests. Honorable guests, His Excellency President of the Republic of Uzbekistan, Shavkat Mirziyoyev, has clearly set our strategic direction. Digital technologies and artificial intelligence are becoming the drivers of economy. We have the potential to increase annual IT service exports to $5 billion by 2030. Together with you, we aim to transform Uzbekistan into a leading IT and fintech hub. We are already on this path. In this year, our IT export will reach first billion USD. And we've initiated 1 million AI prompters project with our partners from United Arab Emirates. Over the next 5 years, in collaboration with the private investors, we built 20 data centers with a total capacity exceeding 500 megawatts. Dear friends, this forum is not only about sharing experience, it's a platform for action, solutions, and new partnerships. In Samarkand, a ministerial declaration will be adopted to lay the foundation for the global partnership in effective, inclusive, and innovative public governance. Within the forum, at the exhibition pavilion, we will showcase GovTech solutions developed in Uzbekistan. We believe our experience can be valuable to others, especially to developing countries, as a true manifestation of the South-South cooperation. Uzbekistan is ready to share our expertise and transfer of knowledge to the countries around the world within 3 days or after the forum. Do not hesitate to reach us out. We also initiate Samarkand Ministerial Declaration, which we hope to adopt during this forum as a high-level political commitment. Its clear purpose is to accelerate progress towards the Sustainable Development Goals by leveraging digital transformation, innovation, and the culture of responsible data use. At its heart, the declaration identifies 7 key priorities, reflecting global challenges and opportunities related to digitalization in the public sector. First, digital transformation for the SDGs. We reaffirm our commitment to modernize public services through digital technologies in order to enhance transparency, efficiency, and accessibility, especially in sectors such as healthcare, education, justice, and social protection. Second, innovation and emerging technologies. The declaration emphasizes the need for the responsible adoption of artificial intelligence, blockchain and Internet of Things, big data, and other frontier technologies. These are not just the trends, they are tools capable of fundamentally transforming the nature of public governance. Third, trusted data governance. We are raising the bar on data ethics, privacy, disaggregated data collection, and evidence-based policymaking. Data must work for people, not the other way around. Fourth, inclusion and equality. Digital development cannot be sustainable if it exacerbates existing divides. We have a duty to ensure that digital transformation serves the interests of women, youth, residents of remote areas, older persons, and people with disabilities. Fifth, cybersecurity and digital rights. Amid rising threats, special attention is devoted to the protection of personal data, privacy rights, and the development of ethical standards for new technologies. Sixth, climate and sustainability. We underscore the need to align digitalization with climate goals, including the development of energy-efficient infrastructure and environmentally sustainable IT solutions. Seventh, global cooperation. The declaration promotes North-South, South-South, and Triangle cooperation. The draft declaration remains accessible to all participants throughout the forum. We invite you to share your comments and proposals, which will be taken into account in the preparation of the final version. This is not just a declaration, it's a shared commitment. And we hope that Samarkand will become a starting point for new steps towards a digital and equitable future. In conclusion, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs, our partners at the Agency for Public Service and the Agency for Strategic Reforms under the President of the Republic of Uzbekistan, and all the organizers and participants of this forum. The choice of Samarkand is no coincidence. Here in the heart of Eurasia, the ideas of the future are born. Here in Uzbekistan, together with you, we are building a modern public service model, one that places the citizen at the center and puts technology into action. Welcome to Uzbekistan. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Mr. Shehzad Shermatov, for your thoughtful speech and inspiring opening remarks. With that, we officially declare the UN Public Service Forum 2025 open. Once again, we extend our sincere gratitude to our highly esteemed guests for honoring us with their presence at today's opening ceremony. After a coffee break, we will continue with the ministerial roundtables and panel sessions as outlined in the program. The first session, titled Transforming the Public Sector for a Sustainable Future, will take place here in the Grand Hall 1. The session will be moderated by Ms. Elizabeth Nyamayero, author and gender specialist. Additionally, a plenary session dedicated to transforming public service in the age of artificial intelligence will also be held in this hall. You are also welcome to explore the GovTech solutions and digitalization projects implemented in Uzbekistan presented in the foyer. We wish you all productive discussions and valuable insights. Now let us invite you to a coffee break. Enjoy it and see you at the upcoming sessions soon. Thank you for your attention. Welcome to Uzbekistan.